James Reason categorized human error into two main types. First one is slips and lapses, and the second is mistakes. Slips and lapses are called execution failures, occurring during routine tasks, usually unintentional, and often due to lack of attention, due to distraction. Distraction could be anything that draws a person's attention away from the task at hand. Distraction divides attention, thus a person cannot concentrate on two or more things at once. Psychologists describe that distraction is the #1 cause of forgetfulness at work. When we are trying to do two things at a time, our brain is rapidly shifting its focus from one thing to the other. And whenever it shifts the focus, it is distracted from the other task. We find that every day, distractions cause numerous accidents and injuries, and in worst cases, loss of life. This is especially applicable to dynamic environment in driving, flying, or at work. Here we will discuss most common distractions applicable in driving. 1. Using a mobile phone while driving. Talking on a phone or listening to music has become routine part of everyday driving. Unfortunately, too many drivers are so distracted by phones that they miss stop signs, run red lights, ignore speed limits, and sometimes fail to see pedestrians. Even hands-free voice-activated systems have been shown to distract people because they divert attention away from the most important task of concentrating on the road and the safe movement and operation of the vehicle. 2. Eating or drinking while driving. Anything you're eating has to be unwrapped from packaging, opened, or otherwise prepared. This not only takes your concentration away from the driving, but certainly holding a food or drink item is going to occupy at least one hand, which can have dangerous consequences. Moreover, if the food or drink spills, you can imagine how much will this affect your concentration. 3. Tuning the radio or changing music. Finding the right station or the right song will take your eyes off the road ahead. Constantly changing tunes makes the driving unsafe for you and other vehicles on the road. Setting up a playlist or program before setting out is the safer option. 4. Glancing at the map or directions on the navigation system. If you have to look at a map, program your phone to give you directions, or pull over to program a navigation system. Also, whenever you take your eyes off the road to look at a navigation system, you are refocusing from far to near and back again. This interferes with your ability to spot a hazard and react in time. Especially at night, looking at a navigation system can steal your night vision. Looking from the dark roadway to that bright navigation screen and then back again is dangerous because your eyes have to adapt to the different lighting condition. 5. Listening to loud music. Loud music makes it almost impossible to hear sirens and horns that are used to alert drivers. Also, the louder the tunes, the harder it is to concentrate on the task of driving a vehicle. Research has shown that drivers are twice as likely to run a red light or have an accident while listening to loud music, and reaction times drop by more than 20%. If you are playing music loudly to help you stay awake, you shouldn't be driving. 6. Pets and passengers. Having an unconfined pet that can reach the driver is a well-known cause of accidents. Looking at other passengers or having a heated argument with a passenger is distracting and dangerous. You must keep your eyes on the road and save the arguments for a later time. In aviation, distraction is considered as one of the key human factors among the list of dirty dozen because same principles apply to any task. Therefore, in order to avoid mishaps due to distraction, we must be mindful of its effects. Remember, we humans tend to think ahead. Thus, when returning to a task at work, following a distraction, we have a tendency to think we are further ahead than we actually are. Therefore, you must go back at least 3 steps to ensure that you do not miss out a critical step. We can conclude that always focus on the task at hand and avoid anything and everything that causes distraction. Thanks for watching.